Throughout my time here, my family has been repetitively denied. I understand Travis Bloom is an idiot. I understand that. Fully understand that. He holds a good heart.
Fabricating fictitious government you ever seen.
My little brother used to run to mother and say, "Mom, BB hit me." BB was my sister. He used to say, "BB hit me." Mom would say, "Well, my lovely young man, where are the marks to prove such?" Well, my mom, show me the marks. He could not show any marks. Mother would say, "I can't tell where the marks are." True story.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Said I-
Everybody has.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what, if any, you might be. And welcome to Never Ending Story. I woke up at 4 p.m., 4 a.m., and thought, let me just see what's going on over on Turtle Club, because there was this big old promise that it's going to be fire, y'all. And I was supposed to get another hour of sleep, but I got suckered in. Yes, I know he's doing a Spaces Hellfish, but whenever Aiden goes on Spaces, it's going to be 60 minutes of people calling in, and I thought, no, I'm not. I already pushed it half an hour. Let me do this, and you can all go to bed or whatever, or you can hang out and listen to the Spaces. I just need this out of my system, and then I will go on with my day. Hey, expert, and I hope you don't mind that I used your Friday night show title on, because you didn't reach out to us, so we stole your show. Hey, Megan O'Brien. Hey, Java Jolene. Good morning, Berkeley. Yeah, I didn't catch the I don't know if you watched yesterday. I said for my own sanity and stuff like that, I have started restricting my Twit usage because I just get sensory overload with. There's so many threads you can follow. There's DMs. There's all of that. So I have tried to be really good at limiting my Twit, and I've been really good at putting my phone on night mode when I go to bed, because all of you Yanks get really into your Twit when you get home from work. And that's when I sleep. So I woke up to 5-10 people asking me, "Are you watching this?" And everyone is like, "Do you know what time it is in Denmark?" And hey, RJ. Well, it is Sunday, or no, it's Monday. It's Monday now. But I woke up at 3 a.m. Friday and hadn't gotten a Discord from you, so I thought I'm going to steal his show, because that's how I am. I'm a show stopper and show stealer. You know I'm hot. You know I'm sexy. You know, got the looks that make all the girls wild. He's just a sexy boy, sexy boy. He's not your boy toy, boy toy. That was the intro song for The Showstopper, Shawn Michaels. I feel conflicted. 2.5 Men, Baker, Turtle Boy, and a young 40 big dog coming to TV in 2026, 2027. Who knows? Are you going to go on television? Or are you wanting to make a show? I don't want to be the Charlie Sheen character because I don't do drugs. So, it's no. I'll be the kid. I'm as slow as that kid. Can we get a Denmark clock on your presentation so we can learn? That's the problem with StreamYard. You can't really put overlays on. Um, but you can just oh, that's the wrong one. You can just Google Denmark, hvad er klokken? That means Denmark, what time is it? And you can see it's 6:30. Really easy. So every time you think, oh, I bet Baker really wants to hear this, just type in, hvad er klokken i Danmark? And then you can say, nah, he probably doesn't need to know it right now. Just coming to say hi, I'm going to bed, but not leaving this on in case I sleep block. Yeah, don't do that. Don't be a Brandon. I know it's my time plus 9 hours, except for the couple of weeks where we are not on daylight saving time. So you are in California. Hey, Nina Canadian. But no, a lot of people. But it's on me again. Just put it in mute mode when you go to bed, and then when I go watch my TV, if I get like half an evening off and stuff like that, I'm just better at just gonna be better doing that. How the hell can I be on time and late at the same time? Tia Nina, that is called a pregnancy. If you didn't know, being late is what you say when you have a bun in the oven. Does it need to be a honey bun? No, it doesn't. But on these chats, it is preferred if it is honey buns because I have a little bit of...
He looks like he can't control his honey bun habit, and his Susie cues.
I have a honey bun problem, so yes. But back to what I was starting to talk about before I went offline, as always. What a show Aiden had. Is there definitive proof of his allegations? No, because you would have to be a little more hackerish than he is. Does it look sus? Especially that screenshot with the message that just went unread? Yeah. And then you're thinking, why would you do that? And I know you'll talk to some people, you won't talk to some other people, and that'll be fine. But why the hell would you, what is it, 6-8 months later, still be so effing butthurt that you have to sit and look at who is he potentially talking to? Who could he potentially try to hook up with? It's really weird to me, this jealousy thing, especially because it's done, and you have been on so many spaces talking about how wonderful it was done, and you were the worst person when you were with him. Then why do you care who he is what set of tits he's looking at. Obsession isn't logical. No, but if you have a history, well, who's Journey Baker? I have had a relationship once where I had a person who was very, very jealous as well. And everything was, you must be cheating if you were 5 minutes late after football practice, or if you said hi to someone you went to school with, and that was all. If someone at work was a woman and you were talking about, well, this chick, it's really annoying that I have to go lift all the shit for her because I'm a woman, I can't lift that much. Everything would be turned in, oh, so you're cheating. And no, you probably don't. You don't see it yourself because being crazy is kind of like being stupid. It just hurts everyone around you. It doesn't hurt you because you don't know you're crazy. And I think it's just, but the thing I don't get, why are these people feeding her crazy? Feeding her jealousy? What is the angle? What does the koala get out of this? Why is a guy in Australia this invested in a chick he's never gonna bang? I could understand it if it was Joe from down the street doing it to try and start the piss flaps. I could understand that. But why is a guy sitting 12 hours away, spending his entire life helping an insane woman get revenge over a boyfriend that he doesn't know? Yeah, but can I tell you ladies something? If I saw you doing this to another man, I would extrapolate from it that you would probably do it to me as well. So I wouldn't go after you, because I would kind of expect that I would be your next victim. I know a lot of guys are kind of like, I can fix her, but you can't. And again, he's not 22 years old. He's an old fart, just like me. So why is he, again, there's more red flags than at a Communist Party event. So why the hell? That's probably because I get her. She's insanely jealous, and she cannot accept the rejection because I'm better than all of these bitches. But all the people who feed into it, is it just for the drama? Is it because he thinks that she's going to fly to Australia and give his old nubbin a Hummer? I just don't get all the people around her feeding all of this bullshit to her, talking about how she's a victim, and they get this. They get the videos. They get the recordings. They share all of this shit with his kids, with his ex-wife, with his breakdown. And I'm just thinking, why do you hate Aiden that much? How can you hate a person that much that you never met, never did anything? Well, he wrote a mean tweet about me. Get fucking over it. Come on now. I just don't understand it. Thank you, Big Dog, for gifting 5 memberships to RGL. Natalie Renee. Brittany Martin. Miss Rogers' Neighborhood. La 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 la. Catfish. Oh my, talking about catfish. Thank you, Big Dog. Preach, Baker, preach. They are using someone in a bad place to hurt someone they are jealous of or don't like. That could be, but again, how can you hold a grudge for this long? And I seriously think Koala and 5150 are a couple, but they're not, because he's sitting in Melbourne, Australia, throwing another shrimp on the barbie, and she's sitting freezing her ass off in Boston, where it's a lot of snow. Stay safe out there. So unless they have one of those boyfriend girlfriend apparatuses that can work via the internet, what the hell are they getting out of it? And I just don't understand. Hey, Nefarious. Hey, Nancy. Yeah, I get to catch a late night. No work tomorrow. Snow day. Well, Spacey Stacy, good to see you. Some people enjoy drama and hurting others, unfortunately. Yeah. I think it's cyber. Yeah, but there also comes a point where you have to do the you have to do the the crazy hot scale, where you have to say, how much crazy can I live with? Okay, she looks good in the photos. That I can live with a 2 on the crazy scale. Oh, she's really dirty in bed. I'll bump it up to a 4. But you have to do the crazy hot scale. And again, we're not talking about something that happened last week. We're talking about something that has been ongoing for fucking 6 months. She must be, imagine being the one getting her messages. Oh, did you see him? Did you see that bitch, Chelsea? Did you see the photos she put up? Did you see that video she made where she was rapping in her car like she was so cool? And now I have to go and make my pictures kind of look like her, so I can try and do I look like her now? Do I look like her now? I can just imagine the mental torture, and for what? He's not getting his dick wet. Again, we guys will do a lot of crazy shit if we can get our dick wet. But 6 months of not getting your dick wet, and then you have to live with all the crazy. I'm just saying, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. 5:30 in Ireland and just woke up. Turtle still going. I had nightmares about 5150 for the little sleep I had. Yeah, he's been going for a long time, and I thought, no, I can't wait any longer. I have to get started with my day as well. Yeah, because the problem is this guy gets nothing other than he can get to punch the turtle, but he gets punched back. And he's not winning any fights. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it, because remember when all of this with the he was taping Karen Reed. Oh, how could he? No one said, why the hell is 5150 leaking this? And why is she leaking it to some fucking weirdo in Australia? And then all the new saints of the Free Karen Reed movement turned on Aiden because, oh, he recorded Karen Reed. So what? If it wasn't for 5150, no one would know that. But they all love her. Even had her on a Karen Reed fundraiser. She has done more to destroy Free Karen Reed than anyone. Because her getting the recording of Karen Reed out there destroyed the Free Karen Reed movement. It cost Karen Reed tens of thousands of dollars in support. And all for what? Oh, Aiden gets titty pics online, and he makes jokes about Crazy Amy being his online girlfriend. I don't know if you all saw the next lineup for the fundraiser. They should, instead of calling the Karen Reed Boots on the Ground fundraiser, they should just call it, Do You Hate Aiden Too? Pay us. It's yeah. She did that shit on purpose because she's a psycho. She did that. But if she had sent that to me, I do get some DMs now and again where people will say, "Do you know this about this person?" I will always say, "Can you verify that?" What? That I'm not going to go out there and put my name on anything. And if when I saw people retweeting Aiden's breakdown video, I got really pissy on my show and said, "Why would you ever do that?" I have had a depression. I have been Aiden in that situation where the world is just ending. You're going to lose everything. You cannot see any positive things. You are a really bad place. And I ask people, why are you hitting retweet? You could just have taken a screenshot of the headline. Why are you promoting this video out there? Well, I was just sharing that you shouldn't be sharing it. But you shared it. You helped this be in Aiden's timeline all the time. I don't think that was cool. And yeah, you can call me a bitch or whatever for not sharing it. But why wouldn't you just run it through your noggin and said, "Oh, if I retweet this, Aiden is going to see it one more time. He probably doesn't want to go back to that night," which is probably one of the worst nights in his life, because he was deadly afraid he was going to end up in prison again, lose access to his kids. So I got really mad about that, saying, "Hey, why the hell are you retweeting this?" And that's why when people come in and say, "Oh, by the way, did you see that this person did that?" No. Well, I have 2 screenshots out of context that I can't tell you where I got, but hey, it's clearly about them. Well, it doesn't line up because this says it's a him and you're saying it's a her. Oh, sorry. I didn't check. I just thought it was about them. So I'm thinking, why are these people so willing to jump on the I hate Aiden train? I know that they have this idea over in the car club and on the Walrus Hour that we are jealous of them. Well, we're not the ones who have to make entire shows about you guys. We're not the ones who are praising Chris Albert for his drunk driving behavior and how he can get away with it. But you're so willing to shit on a person to get ahead that you will actively support a woman in her delusions in what is clearly, and I'm sorry, I'm not educated in psychologies. I only did like 2 levels of psychology in high school. Well, I have to word this correctly because I didn't go to high school. It'd be more stolen valor. I did what's called HF, which is a kind of prep you can do to go to uni or if you want to go somewhere else. I did it in night school just to get that degree. I haven't used it for anything. Finished it like 3 years ago. And I did. In Denmark you have CBA levels. C is okay, kind of a little bit. B, we're doing a little bit more, and A is okay. I'm going to study psychology. I have it on A levels because you need that. But I did those 2 years, and even with my basic skills, you can tell this woman is in some kind of meltdown. And instead of feeding her meltdown, you should be trying to help her get out of that meltdown. Aiden has stopped giving her any more attention. That's what she wants. Next time she does something, he should get his lawyers and police involved. She's dangerous. He did stop that. And actually, that's one thing I started thinking about tonight, because I don't talk a lot with Aiden. Full disclosure, I don't speak a lot with Aiden. I know Aiden writes all of our scripts. Aiden tells us what to stream about, when to stream, according to people. I don't think I've talked to Aiden. I think maybe we sent each other 2-3 DMs in January, and then he was on my show before Christmas. I don't talk a lot with Aiden. But when he was talking tonight about that DM, something clicked in my head. Because he went silent on 5150. And I was kind of talking a little bit to her because I wanted to cover her uncle's death story. Nothing about Aiden, nothing like that in our DMs. Just, oh, this story is kind of crazy, and I would, maybe I can bring you on a show and we can talk about your family's experience. This is before she went full crazy, and we had a good conversation. And then I went hard after Lindsay Gattani because I think no matter what she has done now, and they have apparently both retracted their suits against each other, she'd done a lot of bad shit as well. And I was going hard at her videos that she started making at some point. And then she reached out to Aiden's defense team or something. And that's, remember when all of those stories with, oh, Lindsay is fucking Aiden again began coming out. And I had a conversation with Aiden, and I said, okay, I'll back off Lindsay because I hope she's back helping your team. And I don't, he never asked me to. He didn't say, hey, could you, or anything. I was just talking to him, and he said, we're getting some good stuff out of Lindsay, just like he said online. And I said, okay, I'll back off to not piss her off and say, oh, you like Aiden. And at the same point of time, I was kind of getting that big brother feeling in me and saying, Aiden is taking a lot of flack right now. And I had kind of stayed out of it because I'm not a drama channel. I don't do drama. And then I thought, well, fuck it. No, I'm getting the big brother vibe. I don't like what's happening to Aiden right now. And especially because that's around the same time Meredith started attacking him way more openly. And I told him, I might try and do some things to take a little bit of pressure off of you. Just, I'll say some crazy shit, and hopefully that'll turn some people away. And around that time, I might have said, well, I don't know what's wrong with Meredith. She seems kind of crazy again. It might not be word for word. I'm not going back reading old DMs, but the day after, I remember we talked about Meredith, and the day after, she blocked me on Twitter. And I thought, this is so weird, because maybe 2 weeks ago, we were talking about coming on my show, covering her uncle's death. And now she blocked me on Twitter. We never, ever had a bad word. And I hadn't begun openly really batting for Aiden at that point. And to me, that was weird. And I thought, well, she just mass blocked everyone. This is around the same time that Mike Jerks went crazy and started blocking everyone. So I thought, well, it's just all of these assholes who are trying to make a new anti-Aiden club. They're just blocking all of us, which is fine. You can do that. Hey, look how good it's going for Mike. And when he said that tonight, that she reads his messages, it kind of clicked. Oh, she saw me behind the scenes telling him she does seem kind of crazy. That's, yeah. I remember Baker called me out several times when I almost came to be like James Jackson. So quit the effery. Enjoy your internet, Baker. Are you drinking again tonight, Big Dog? Because when you're drinking, I don't get all of your thoughts that you're putting into text. So again, if we're drinking tonight because we were celebrating the ice hockey game, maybe it's time to have a glass of water. I'm just saying, because I'm not sure I understand this message. But remember, it's okay. Every other glass should be a glass of water, because that'll make the headache less tomorrow. But thank you so much. Sorry. But that knocked me off. I would, yes, maybe. Okay. Taco Bell is under attack. I don't know. Sometimes chat derails me. But no, that was just what hit me tonight when he was talking about that. Was it was very coincidental that just after I had talked to him, he blocked me on Twitter. And again, nothing, no messages, no nothing. It was just out of the blue. And I thought that was so weird. Hey, hello, lovely. But so now I'm wondering how many. I was kind of wondering that if anyone else had that thing happen to them, where they might have been talking. And no, you don't have to have sent your titlets to Aiden, because I never sent my titlets to Aiden. So I don't think that's why she blocked me. And my butt plug pictures I sent to him on Facebook, so I don't think she's in his Facebook. But I think that could be funny to see if any of you have been friendly with her and then had the same experience that she came in, and then all of a sudden, if you have had a conversation about anything with Aiden that might have involved her, it doesn't have to be that any of you have been a little bit of a. It could just be that you were talking about, and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Aiden, that he's treating you like that," or something, and just to see how many other have that really close time span you get blocked by her, because it's not proof of anything. It just hit me tonight that, oh my fucking God, she must have seen our DMs, because Aiden and I DM each other every 2-3 months, and we'll send 2 or 3 DMs back. And I think this is the only time we ever talked about her. And I was blocked on her account. She blocked me. I never spoken with her. But that's the question. Have you spoken with... Don't disclose anything. That's... But have you ever talked to Aiden in a DM? I'm not talking about you can... She will only react if you have showed your parts. But if you have ever had a conversation with him, where you say, well, I'm just sorry what you're going through, or something like that, trying to be supportive or anything. And right after that is where the blocks happen. It could just be that she mass blocked. Okay, Hello Lovely is in contact with Aiden on Twitter. She's supporting him there. So she just make those block chains that you can make where everyone who likes something gets blocked or something. It could just be that. But in my mind, when I thought about it tonight, it was just very close. Maybe within a day, maybe within 2 days of me and Aiden having this, hey, I'm not going to do anything, but oh my fucking God, she's crazy. Yeah. So how did Denmark do in the Olympics? We got 1 silver medal, the first silver medal since 1998, I believe. And it was for being able to finish fast. Not as fast as the Dutch, but second fastest finishers. So take that, Sweden. I just want to let you know I got back from Arizona, and in the month I was there, I had 0 rattlesnake sightings. Well, that's a vision problem. That's not a snake problem. That's because you forgot your glasses. I know this. So nice. And thank you all for joining us over on Lauren's channel. I know she's a little newer to the streaming and people need to go find her. But thank you all so much. And thank you all for, I think last Sunday we got her over 1,000 subscribers. You are the amazeballs of the internet. Hello, you are an attractive woman. That's all it takes to get blocked. No, I think you have to be positive towards Aiden. And again, I don't even think that you have to any of that. I think that it's just if you say, well, she's acting crazy, that would be enough. Yeah. And I bet you, again, no need to disclose anything. But even if you just said, I'm sorry, your mom died, and now you have to go through this with this crazy bitch, I'm pretty fucking sure you would get blocked for that one. Again, you don't have to have your lady bits out to get her to block everyone. Prime rattlesnake sightings are March through October in Arizona. Oh, so it's just because she went there when there would be no snakes. She was like, oh, I didn't see anyone. Baker, you can come. I shared clips with Turtle Boy on defaming and a few stories I've been an informant on. He has blocked me, and Sanchez tried to come after me for vouching for you in Aiden's DMs. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? That happened to me with Meredith. I was showing concern about her uncle for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden she blocked me. Yeah, and that's the same thing. I was actually talking about her before the next hearing, coming on my show and talk about it, because I think it's a horrible story that needed to be covered. And again, I can have the artist and I can have the art. I would still like to cover that history, but I would just take out the Meredith part now, because it's horrendous what happened. It's again a system failing by letting a woman keep driving when she clearly has a problem with driving under the influence. And now a person is dead because of that. You have the two prongs. This bitch shouldn't have done this, but also the system shouldn't have done that. Could I then have had the third prong about the personal? That would have been good for a YouTube presentation. You can get the personal angle. But I can still cover the story and just leave out that angle. Five goals and 12 medals total. Well, who's counting? I had both prescriptions, my sunglasses and the regular ones. Yeah, but you forgot them at the airport. Hey, DK Krubel. Hey, Laurie Phillips. Well, I woke up at 4 a.m. as well. It wasn't a minute. It was speed skating, so it was like 40 seconds. I actually feel terrible about her uncle's story. He deserves justice. Yeah, and that's why I say I'll take that part out of it, because the story, if it's going to be streamed, is still horrible. And this woman is clearly off her rockers. Little did I know someone else was also a little off her rockers. Talking about being a rock star. Hey, Mary B. How are you this fine morning? Is Danny keeping you rats in his stable tonight and say, nope, we don't need to do that? Oh, Aiden is still on. Why is Aiden having two? Oh, it's because one of them is his stream. I thought, what the hell? There's one with 48 people and one with 1.7 thousand people in it. But the one is his stream and the other one is his spaces. Okay. I'm not that smart. I don't do no internet. But no, I thought that would be interesting to, if people try and think about it, have I said something to Aiden and then I noticed I got blocked the next day? Because it's not proof of anything. It's just a fun little exercise to try and make up in your head. Was I contacting Aiden at around that time? Were we online flirting, or were I expressing that 5150 might be trouble at that time? And then all of a sudden I got blocked, because I think a lot of people will probably sit there now and think, that's weird how these two things just happened at the same time. But it's not proof of anything. And like Aiden said, with the IP address and the text going on red, he can't prove it's her. But yeah. I wish there was a way to see the date someone blocked you. Especially if you have DMs that you could say, oh, that's the first time I ever really talked about her and said, oh my fucking God, she better be in a straitjacket before Christmas. And then boom, the next day or the same day. It's not proof of anything, but I know a lot of you have been blocked by her. But in my mind, it just hit me. It was around the same time I was actually trying to work on a story with her that I got blocked. I had never, ever had a bad word. And I even think that because this was before the koala, that we knew that her and the koalas were working together. So I think I might have said something like, I'm sorry this is happening and you're being dragged into all of this, or something like that. Been nice to her. And then that's why it came as such a shock to me that, why did she block me? Because I didn't, at that time, I didn't know she was part of the Aussie crew. This is before JFK was part of the Aussie crew. Remember when JFK was sitting on every show talking about the koala and the kangaroo? Yo, why they do that? Why they sharing stuff? Yo, we're asking questions. Hey, koala boy, why are you doing this? And then all of a sudden, Karen Reed was in his chat and everyone turned on him. That was around September last year that the tape came out, and then I think it was a month later, everyone went from asking questions to shitting on Aiden. So yeah, if you could have a timeline saying this is when it happened, is it because she just mass blocked everyone who followed Aiden? Or is it because you could say, oh, Hello Lovely was in there saying, hey, Aiden, I like that buffalo dip. Can you give me the recipe? And he said, sure thing, but don't use cottage cheese because that's what 5150. And you said, yeah, she sounds like a cottage cheese person. Boom, got blocked. That would, again, it's an indicator, it's not proof. I talk all the time, Andrew. That's not nice. I have a problem with spaces run like some of the spaces where everyone has the right to talk at the same time. One person at the time, because I heard a clip the other day and I don't even know what the spaces was. It was just 20 people screaming at each other and then one yelled the N-word, of course, because it is online. So of course someone will yell the N-word at some point. Because how else can you get channels taken down? And that's another thing. I saw she was on Twitter tonight saying, oh, he's sharing information about my minor daughter. Take it down. No, he didn't share anything you haven't shared yourself. All of this isn't... I know these assholes will go out there, and that's the new thing. Oh, let's mass report people out there. Let's destroy their channels. No, let's not. I don't care if you don't like me. No, let me turn around. I don't care about the foreskins. The foreskins are idiots. The foreskins are insanely stupid and should be laughed at constantly. I would never ever tell anyone to go report their show unless they threatened violence, made racist comments, and I don't even think I would report that. Anything that could be considered a threat. Nothing else would I ever report a channel for. The new thing, and we are just as bad as the other side. Oh, let's just report the channel and get it taken down. No, let's not. Oh, we are okay with doxing others because they doxed us first. I got doxed. I don't want to know which storage unit JFK lives in. I don't care. Never ever dox anyone. Just don't do it. Well, I can share their kids' pictures because they shared mine. No. Be the bigger person. That's the problem. Everyone is taking this way too fucking serious, and everything goes. I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you. I'm going to block. Why? Just block the motherfucker you don't like. Well, I'm going to take their YouTube channel down. No, don't do that. Who reported Will DeClare's fundraiser? So that got taken down. Who is such a massive cockend that they felt that was cool? I don't know. But imagine being such a pussy. And that's why I'm saying, don't do all of this. Go and report everyone. And I'm going to report your YouTube channel because I don't like your opinion. Don't do that. Because then we should be okay with them reporting Aiden every time he says something they don't like. And we're not okay with that. So for our side as well, stop with the fucking doxing, blocking, and reporting shit. It doesn't lead anywhere than mutual destruction. And imagine that you would have to go without Will DeClare for 3 weeks because some campaign was made against him so he couldn't stream. That wouldn't be okay. And then it wouldn't be okay if someone did that to Mike the Young Jerks. So, yeah. The Spaces feature on X seems like a wild place, especially the last one Jess was on. Not if you run it and says, I will determine who has the right to speak, because you can't just speak in there. If you, as the host, say, Genuine is now allowed to talk, then Genuine speaks for 5 minutes, and I said, thank you so much, interesting. Then I remove your right to talk, and then I say, Spacey Stacy can now talk. You can do it that way. When you do that, let's just open the floor. There will be someone yelling the N-word. Yes, even though I'm blocked, I got to see the meltdown tonight because she made all those posts public. Yeah, and we need to figure that one out. Hey, Taylor. Snitches get stitches. I thought snitches get bitches. That's why I've been snitching on everyone. Well, Teresa, as you know, you don't have to love DeClare. There's probably a lot of people you like I don't like. Funny thing, I have this rule that I don't have to tell you who I dislike. Because I don't think that's positive in any way. Being negative about other people. Because then you should also accept that person you really, really like, that people are sitting there and shitting on them. And I think it's kind of a dick move. And I know you're a good person, Teresa. You have hung out with me in a long time. But it's just not necessary talking bad about others' creators. If I don't like you, I don't talk about you. And even if I might not be the biggest fan, I'll be nice if we're doing the same thing, like I was with Mike from the Young Jerks. I thought he was a weirdo, but still, hey, we could do a bit together about the Karen Reed stuff. So of course I was nice to him. That's how you do. I just don't feel that need to go and tell people tell other people that I don't like that person. But hey, that's my rules. Can I ask something that may seem controversial? Can we stop calling people PDF files who are in no way PDF files? Thinking of 20-year-old is hot. Not being a PDF file. Creepy, yeah, but not PDF. Well, I was called a PDF file. Well, I wasn't called a PDF file because even Jay Brill was smart enough to not openly say that I was a PDF file. Remember when Sugar Mom went after Jimmy and implied that he was, because, gay people, right? And then the car crew started implying that other guys were PDF files as well because they're smart peoples. That's why I said the other day when some people got mad about a word I used, stop giving all these words power. If I call Gabriel a retard, it's because he did things like that. It's not because I think everyone who has autism are retards. And I don't think Gabriel has autism. I just think he has a low IQ. Stop doing all of this. It's kind of like the racist Nazi thing that we have been doing for 10 years in politics. Everyone who isn't on my side must be a racist Nazi. Now it's just, that's not working anymore, calling people racist, so let's just call them PDF files. And when that's not working, let's just go to something else. Because these people have no arguments, they only have insults. So just like, don't dox people, don't do all of that bullshit. I hope no one on our side implies that anyone on the other side is a PDF file. And again, yes, a 21-year-old is absolutely okay to make her own decisions. We're not talking about a 14-year-old Sandra Birchmore. She has been able to vote for 3 years. If she had been in Denmark, she had been at what we call the Army Day, where everyone has to go and see if they're going to get drafted. That's a grown-up. My mom was 19 when she had my brother. I was 24 when I had my first kid. You are a grown-up. Would I, who are slightly older than Aiden, date a 21-year-old? Absolutely not. Have you heard them speak? But can you look at one at the gym where everything is still pointing forwards and think, oh my, of course. That's not being a PDF file. That's being a man saying, she's pretty hot. There's nothing wrong in that. Nothing. If you're looking at a 14-year-old and you're having those thoughts, you should be tied to a space rocket with your peen first, and then it should be launched into space with your tackle attached to it. But a 21-year-old is a 21-year-old. There is a reason we have limits. He is a grown-up. So them implying that, oh, because he's flirting with a 21-year-old and calling her hot, he's a PDF file. If a 21-year-old is looking like a child, yes, then maybe. But I don't see this. I'm really not running around looking for Aiden's potential date. So I don't know what she looks like. But I have a hard time believing she looks like she's 14. So it's just a new thing that we can't win on arguments, so we can just call you a PDF file, because that's what we do. Because you can't defend against being a rapist or a PDF file. You will always get tainted by those words. So that's bullshit. Mr. Cursey J. You were 18 when your daughter was born. Yeah. Hey, Lauren. How are you doing? $5150 called her his child bride. Yeah, you joined the military in 17. But this is exactly what's wrong. It's the same. I was watching the Carly Gregg case. I don't know how many of you know that case. A young woman who has mental problems pew-pews her mom and tries to pew-pew her dad or stepdad. And the stepdad survives. Within the first half hour of that case starting, the first thing, because the family stands by her still and says she has mental health issues, so even though she pew-pewed her mom, we feel sorry for her. Within the first half hour, people were saying, oh, her and the stepdad was banging. There has been no evidence of any of that. They lived in a smaller town in, I think it was Tennessee or Kentucky or whatever it was. Imagine what that will do to that man if that's what the town started believing. In Denmark, we have a really good movie about that, how that mentality will take over a small community because there's a guy who gets wrongfully accused of something, and everyone, his wife, family, everyone turns on him. And how do you defend against it? Yeah, Carly Gregg was 14 when she did it. But then accusing her stepdad for having inappropriate relations with her without any proof of it in a small town, in a small closed-knit community, he cannot go back there. Because there will be someone at the Five and Dime saying, oh, I was online yesterday and I watched this YouTuber and they were saying, are we sure they're not doing something? And this is how a lot of lives are destroyed. Because the allegation alone, especially for something that heinous, can destroy lives. People have eaten bullets over that. That's why every time people came into my chat and said, well, I heard that, I said, have you any proof? Any proof? Well, the way they looked at each other, F off. F off. Exactly. You can't. How can I prove that I didn't grape Hello Lovely yesterday? Well, I'm in Denmark and I was online. But if she came out and made an allegation, how can I prove I didn't? I didn't, by the way. I hope she's not alleging that, but I didn't do that. YouTubers are the worst. No, there's a lot of great YouTubers. Not on this channel, but on other channels. There's a lot of great channels out there. Turtle Boy was incredible tonight. He completely outsmarted Amazon Pantsuits. I honestly think that's why she's crashing out so hard on X tonight, because she just lost access. Yes. Oh, and a lot of you people who came in here, exactly, Matt. Like button. Yes. Was Nan now grand? Have to go to physio, but will watch on replay. I was 20 when I had my first son, single parent till I met my awesome hubby when he was 3, who stepped. I hope your husband wasn't 3. But that's cool. Yes, Corey Richards will start tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern, I believe it is. I will not be covering it because it's Utah time, so it'll probably end around midnight my time. I know my good friend Mo in the Deep End is covering it, and probably a ton more. I will be staying with the Dale Warner case out of Michigan, the guy who most likely unalived his wife and put her in a fertilizer tank. You don't know any good YouTubers? Well, there is Lauren, NASA, The Expert, Bronco. That's at least 4. That's more than 1. Oh, yeah. EDB is good. Yeah, she's going to be on it. But people who know me are probably going for a smaller type of true crime channel where the chats might be a little slower so they can interact. That's what I hear for a lot of people who watch trials with me is, you're so shit no one watches you, but we can sit and chat. EDB is just... So, yeah. Melanie is doing it so also. I didn't know that. I hadn't seen her make a video about it yet. Everyone on 3, let's yell boo. 1, 2, 3. Boo! Dang. Twisted Tragedies is great.
Let's just say I'm speaking right now to 5 different attorneys, and every single one of them are from different states. Okay, and every single one of them said that they're fucking embarrassed for what happened. Like, Beto should feel embarrassed and also negligent. Like, you didn't file a motion, dude. Like, come on. Like, that's embarrassing as fuck. Number one. Number two is arguments were nowhere near legal arguments. Like, all of it's like innuendo, speculation, and things that are completely irrelevant to the case itself.
Who? Anyone who can go and watch a trial with her. I don't even know if she does trial streaming. But oh my God, I've never met a more uninformed woman in my life. And I watched Tuesday on the foreskins. I would rather try and wait for Tuesday to finish a sentence than listen to Twisted Tragedies. Hey, Sharon P. He's wife material. Yeah. Melanie has an interview with Mr. Cruz from the Faust trial tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't see she had anything coming up with the Corey Richards case. But again, it's Utah time, so maybe some people will do it on delay. I don't know. Yeah, it was to show that Beto was an idiot. Funny that she has so many people in her DMs. She has so many people who love her. She has this is becoming my new favorite clip of hers because oh my God, the delusion this woman has. Because you all know this to be true.
We know that, considering you were just with me 2 weekends ago and we went out. I'm pretty sure I have no lack of people wanting to speak to me, talk to me, or hit on me. So,
no lack of people wanting to speak to her or hit on her. One in chat if you would hit on Twisted Tragedies. And I will block anyone who puts a 1 in there. Because you need help. Well, normally when I do my impression of her, I'm thinking early 70s porn star from Germany. That's the look I go for with my makeup. So I don't know, maybe I should think early 80s porn star instead. No, not even for charity. We're not talking about being the guy who pulls the pin on the ugly friend grenade. This can't be. No, you can't do this. This woman can't be safe. No, but she's so hot. Don't you know she's a big old star? Don't you know she's amazing? Everyone loves her.
Jay Boogie, you should have been an actor. You are a natural, my friend. Fun fact, I have been offered a part on what is now Outer Banks, and I should have taken it way back then. I just couldn't because they were doing the filming in the Carolinas and whatever. But God, that became a big Netflix show, and I kick myself every day for that. But I did a little bit of acting here and there.
Still in a homeless shelter. I don't know where she's living, but if anyone is from the Carolinas, why are you not allowed to go to the Carolinas and work? That's the thing I still haven't figured out in that story, that she couldn't do a TV show that could have made her a lot of money. It's not because she's working. We know that. Her stint as a pole dancer up and down the highway is done. So why couldn't she go to the Carolinas? Because she could probably get someone to lend her the money for gas to drive down there, because she would be in steady employment after that. Even with SAC flat rates, she would make a little bit of money. But she couldn't do it because it's the Carolinas. You know, yeah, you know. I couldn't take a prime television role because it was 5 states away, says every actor ever. There's right now in some red-eye plane, there is a young aspiring actress flying to Hollywood from Podunk, Minnesota, who in 5 days will be on a couch and saying, well, this can really help your career. And she's going to say, but do you need the camera? I've never done it on camera before. And she will be on certain sites within the next month. It's not like it's the first time in history an actor or actress has moved. Most of the actresses or actors in Hollywood isn't Californian. Most of them are Canadian. Talking about Canadians, hey, yummy. Yeah, that was a great find when I can't even remember who shared it with me. And then she took it down and I'd screenshot all of them so I could send it to him. Oh my God, that was a great night. That's like saying my boyfriend lives in Cali, you never meet him. Yeah, that's yeah. You're late, blame Aiden. Well, I did blame Aiden, and because I thought, no, I'll go live at 12 because he must be done. Then I changed it to 12:30, and then I said, well, fuck it, Aiden. You just started as Spaces. Deuces. He only did it to hurt me. Yo, Aiden, yo. You're so insecure, yo, you have to do it so when I'm streaming, yo, you have no content, yo. You just, you can't hang out with the cool. Do you know we're going on a fundraiser with the Clapping Seal? Do you know that, Aiden? Everyone loves us. Yo, Mr. Reed, you got your gold chain? Yo, Aiden, why don't you respect me? You know, are you about that life, Aiden? Are you going to step to a parking lot? You can't get these beats everywhere, you know? You seen these beats? Pure New Orleans beat. You know what I had to do for them? Yo, you know? This is how we roll. I'm about this life. Yo. You know what? Did you all see that he has moved into his kitchen now because we made so much fun of him being in a car? He went into a storage unit. Then we made fun of his storage unit. So now he's inside a house. Yo, I'm about this life, you know. They're not raised this way. Tell them about it. Because they're not about this life. Yeah, you know that. Hey, Pastor Kev, give us a line. Tommy used to work at the docks. Union job. He got fired. But he's halfway there. Oh yeah, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Yo. That's what I'm talking about, Pet. Heavy Kev, you have the deepest thoughts ever, yo. That hat has lost 1,000 joke streams. I like the video. I don't know if it was J7 or Koshi who made that video. That was gold. Got your hat. He was down on his luck. So, yeah. But, Mr. Reed, I'm a fucking idiot. I was shocked he was seriously pissed about the hats. You can't get these anywhere. Yes, you can. You just get... This isn't in a store. Yo, you know, you see this hat? It's a grifter with a muffin on it. You know where I got this from? You can't get this anywhere. You know, yo, it's impossible. This is only me. I'm the only one who has this hat. You know how I got that? Because I have some crazy mods who thought it would be funny to make me a grifter hat when everyone called me a grifter. And I said, instead of getting pissy about it, Let's make fun about it. That's why I'm the only one who sells grifter gear. Because I think it's a joke. You know what, Randall? The more angry you get of us making fun of you, the more fun we are going to make of you. If you could just take it like a man and say, nah, we couldn't get so much out of you. Hussy G can go and make a 4-hour show of you crying about a fucking hat. Catching them invisible butterflies with Mr. Reed. Yeah, I understood why he had technical difficulties. And again, have no one from the Reed family on this Saturday. Or whenever. I think it's this Saturday he's having a fundraiser. Funny they're not coming back. I thought they were hanging out with them. And you know what they say about garages? Kevin Kev, you're listening? You know where garages are connected to right houses? Yeah, dude. Houses. Everyone is going to imagine if Aiden finally gets his finger out of his fart canal and gets a Wilbur show set up. How many shady hats can Dave Walls get for that show? It's imagine having a picture with. That was probably the best prank anyone pulled on it. It was within 5 minutes. He had made those exact same hats, and it pisses his off. Yes, in Denmark we say, pull your finger out of your and get moving. But before all you all came in, we were having a little talk about this whole looking into Aiden's DMs kind of thing, because I had an epiphany while I was listening to it, because I don't talk a lot with Aiden in DMs, and I most of it is excusing that I sent that butt plug picture to his mods over on Facebook, but I never understood why Meredith blocked me. I'm such a nice person. And I was actually talking to her about that case about her uncle and maybe doing a show. And then all of a sudden she just blocked me. And then it dawned on me when I was listening to Aiden tonight. It was around the same time me and Aiden had a conversation about me maybe not going so... no, we didn't have a conversation. I told him I'm going to stop going because he had talked about Lindsay turning and helping now with the case. And I said, okay, I'll step off her a bit so I don't ruin anything. He didn't ask me before anyone will clip it out of context and say, oh, see what we told? Will Baker, Ray from Dallas gets their script from Aiden. No, I told him, hey, I heard you say this. I'm going to step off Lindsay a little bit because I had a few shows where I was going really hard at her and her weird videos. And I think at that point, I mentioned something about how effed up 5150 was. And I got blocked, I think it was within a day, maybe 2 days by her. And at that time, I thought, well, she's just like Mike the Young Jerks blocking everyone because they started up their new We Hate Aiden club. But then I thought, oh my God, could it actually be because she saw that message I sent him? That she was local? And I asked the chat earlier, have any of the rest of you had the same experience, that you have been talking to Aiden? And again, ladies, we don't kink shame, no matter if you felt a little frisky or you were just texting him and saying, oh, I'm so sorry. Have any of the rest of you had that experience, that right after you have said something that could have been taken as anti-5150, you got blocked? Because again, she could just have done a blanket block, but it was just a little too coincidental with me and Aiden having a very short conversation about me saying, well, she seems a little loco, because I was actually going to cover her uncle's death when that went to court, if it goes to court and it's streamed. And I wanted her on to have the personal angle. And I had been in nice conversations with her, never ever had anything. She's never shat on Aiden to be or anything like that. That's why it was so weird that she just flipped on a script and blocked me. I'm just thinking. Brandl is mad right now. He won't even speak. Is he live? Oh, I'm sure she read it. Yeah. You had the same experience. Yes. I never trusted his DMs. 5150 Giardia. I don't know what that is. But I was just, oh, you've been blocked forever. Well, I think ladies were probably blocked a little bit before us men's, especially if you ladies, as a world-renowned massage therapist, I'm just going to say, especially if you ladies might have been considered conventionally pretty, or as the young kids say it, hot mamas. I think the blockaroonies were flying fast with that one. I still think that thing where she blocked people, was it on his Facebook? She blocked certain people, and I think, you don't think he will notice? You don't think these people will think, why the hell did you block me, Aiden? I didn't do anything. I have people who will write me, am I blocked in your chat? And I'll go check. So I was thinking, what are you thinking? Yeah. I wouldn't trust any way to communicate with him right now, to be totally honest. No, not even if he changed all of his codes and everything. I think Aiden, with all the other expenses you already have, he should hire a guy to come do all of his IT, go through every fucking thing. Everything. Get someone to go through it. Oh, I didn't know that. Go back to Signal, lol. Yeah, maybe he needs to go back to Signal. No, I think he needs some anti-spyware. That's the problem. He needs some anti-spyware. Here she's reading every DM and more. He's not taking this serious enough, in my opinion. I think he is now. I think Aiden has a big heart and a lot of trust, and that's beautiful. But sadly, some people will also use this against you. So, yeah. Every account I have gets verified by my phone. Yeah, everything needs to be two-factor at least. What's funny is after we found out of her psychotic ass was in his shit, tripping about boobs, we were all encouraging all the single ladies to fill Aiden's DMs with tatas. You've seen all these also. That's the booby grift. Oh my. I need to tomorrow I will have a stream. Oh my God, I think some crazy lady is in my DMs. You better send me boobies to annoy her. "2026 is going to be the year I'm going to see a pair of boobies. I can't wait. I can't wait." I hear they're pretty cool. So I only breastfed for a month, so I might have a complex. He admitted he didn't change his passwords for corresponding email accounts. Well, as I said, Aiden needs to hire someone to come in and fix his security. So, yeah. Well, I have a psycho girlfriend. She's in Canada. You can't meet her. No, she's in California. You can. I'll do this one. Do I have a short stinger? Let's do this. Hey everyone. I just found out Crazy Amy has hacked into my account. And she's watching right now, and she's very jealous of anyone who sends booby pictures. So just to hurt her, maybe. And yes, Crazy Amy is in California, but and she might be a butch lesbian with freakishly large hands, but still, you know what to do. Oh, Australia. Sorry. Hey everyone. I had this Joey. That's a young kangaroo. Oh, that's a boy kangaroo. Couldn't say that. Hey everyone. I was chatting online with this marsupial from Australia. And she has hacked my DMs, so you know what to do. Just to make her hurt. I don't want to see them. I'm not gonna, but just to hurt her. Yeah. Why would anyone give their password out? It makes no sense. Maybe you don't give your password out. Maybe you have a little black book with your passwords because you can't remember that you have to change your passwords every 3 months, and it's pissing you off that you have to do it constantly until you find out, oh, you can use Google to remember it, and then you can have two-factor authentication. Do I have a little black book? Yes, with my codes in it as well, because you don't use. And some people remember when we used the same code for everything, and every time you got your codes has been breached. Had to go change it on everything again. So some people might steal your password, not be given it. Getting 2 feet of heavy snow, this is crazy. Well, put on your hat and shovel. Password 654321. You have someone sign in for you while you're streaming, maybe. Yeah, you could have that, or you can have, they can. There's a lot of ways to get your password. Yeah, and he was maybe when he was in jail, he said, "Hey, can you go check this and can you go upload this?" Could have been something like that. We don't know what this. We just know he wasn't really good at cybersecurity. Let's just keep it at that. I'll make a deal with you. If I let you see my tatas, you get to lock them around. No. I don't think that's no. So does April play for the same team or not? I just heard rumors. I'm not saying anything. I'm just hearing that she has freakishly large hands and drives a Subaru and likes to do oil changes. I might have started all of these rumors myself, but I just heard them online. It's when you go to Red House Media, there's a lot of talk about it. I heard she has fuzzy nips as well. That's hey, don't kill the messenger. Again, I might have started a lot of those rumors, but still, it's rumors we have out there. Oh yeah, and she did have his watch, so I don't know if there's any way to see that. Yeah. All my passwords are Tupac ain't dead, 96 $. And for the longest time, I had before you had to put numbers in it, I had the Danish word for hippopotamus. Because who the hell thinks that anyone has that as your login? Now you have to have numbers and all of that. So I just use a random Baker. Baker also gets a free oil change. Yes. And her car's on bricks. I don't know. Fussy, like very hairy, you know. Again, I'm just spreading the. I'm just telling what I've heard. He's gonna kill me when she wakes up and hear that. Yes, that's my new password. If anyone wants to get into my twat, it's boobies for Baker. And I'm having face recognition, and it's just gonna be. It should be. No, now I'm gonna be evil. A pair of nips that have the same direction as someone's eyes. Sorry. Yeah. So her headlights matches the carpet and the drapes. Again, I have no. He's gonna kill me, and I'm. That's why you make you make fun of someone who is in California. Cyberchick Boston gave great advice to make all passwords a sentence so it has a lot of characters. I feel like April is an evolving male fantasy. I don't know who this April. I know Crazy Amy is who I'm talking about. Well, that was this show tonight because now I have to go and do some Googling. I have to take a cybersecurity test at work every 4 months. But this is the problem because us as streamers, I have a TwitTwat, I have a StreamYard, I have a Discord, I have a YouTube. I have a shit ton of things that I have to, just to run this little podunk little thing. I even have a login for my webcam because you have to do that or else it won't store your profile. So you are having a lot of codes that you have to sit and remember all the time. And you get lazy, especially if you might not be the person who thinks someone is going to fuck me over. If you're the person who thinks, nah, it'll be fine. You might just say, well, let's just put in Broken Baker number 69 and it'll be fine. And just having everything, then I don't have to remember it because, hey, it'll be fine. Who would ever log into any of my accounts? And then one day someone does and you have Broken Baker 69 on everything so they can log into everything. Yeah, stay safe out there. And anyone who is up in the Northeast where you're getting a ton of snow, I saw that one of the counties up there had a stay-at-home warning. I hope you're all stocked up. Stay inside, put on an extra blanket, and just enjoy the snow and don't go out in it. I think you are at the beginning, Melissa, whenever you get to where we are. But yes, that's my biggest thing with all of this bullshit from the car crew and from Mike and from and the rest of them. All this fake indignation over Aiden recorded Karen Read. But they are more than willing to support the two assholes who shared the recording. If none of these idiots had shared it, no one would know that Aiden had a recording of Karen Read. But these assholes are sitting every day, clutching their pearls, saying Aiden recorded someone. And did you know he also said the word cunt? I would never. I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Yo. But why isn't the outrage? Why the hell would you ever share it? It's the same as I said with Aiden's breakdown video. Why would anyone? And I know some of you might have done it because, see what she shared, and then you just hit quote on your TwitTwat. But then you shared his video. Why didn't you just take a screenshot of the message and don't share Aiden in his most vulnerable period? These assholes were the ones who shared it. Aiden never shared it. He trusted the wrong bitch. Let's just be honest. And she shared it. She is the one who has cost Karen Read tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in support. And now, when you're going on if you wanna support Karen Read, this is the crew you get to hang out with. Lana Oriani, who is turned into a super anti-Aiden guy, who who never really, and then she came out of, I've had her on my channel, and all of a sudden she's just, I hate Aiden. Then you have the clapping seal himself, who is out there, hey everyone, let's just be friends. And then he hosts all of these people. I remember when he called me and asked for good weather, and oh, let's talk again. I never heard from him again, but that's fine. Then you have you have Nick Rocco on, who is almost ready to launch a podcast for Karen Read, because it takes such a long time to launch a podcast. If let's take if Money Sunshine, oh, so we're about to end the show, she just came in. If Money Sunshine wanted to have a YouTube channel, I can help her start a YouTube channel in 30 minutes. I could have her YouTube channel up and running. I could show her how to make thumbnails, and I could tell her how to set up her camera. I can make any one of you, if any of you are aspiring YouTube people. I don't do OnlyFans. I'll keep that for myself, because that's where I make my money. But if you want to have a YouTube channel and you want to have any help figuring out how to do it, I can get you a YouTube channel up and running in, I would say, 30 minutes, of course, based on your skill level. I could get you a YouTube channel in less than an hour. Karen Read and Alan Jackson were supposed to have started a YouTube channel in January. Well, they were supposed to have started it last year. And now they are showing pictures of a studio at Nick's house, and it's almost ready. It don't take that long. Randall sits in his car most nights. I don't think Olivia ever left Twit. She just doesn't post as much. No, she has gone incognito. She has probably been the biggest victim of all of this bullshit. But Nick Rocco, who's supposed to have been the lead on the, Karen Read is going to get her own podcast. Well, it's not going to be Karen Read. It's going to be him and maybe AJ doing something. And then it's going to be him. And no one knows what it is, but they're almost ready now. Good job. You really was a good PR person for them. Boston B, I've seen her on the Seal Show. I don't know her. Then you have Mike Crawford, who has an incurable turtle boy derangement syndrome. A man who will sit and flap his whiskers and scream about how Chris Albert loves me, loves Clara, loves Aiden. You have him to come on. Yeah, get him on. He's going to pull in the numbers. Was it 38? I saw he had 80 people when he was attacking Adam Deitch in his video the other day. Then you have Dennis and Brandon, boots on the ground. I don't know who Whitey is. Then you have the man who saved Karen Read. Yo, I have some DNA in my sock. I mean, in my freezer. Joe P, I don't know who that is. Then you have Boston Brandy. Boston Brandy turned full anti-Aiden as well. And then you, of course, have Yo, Mr. Reed, JJ himself, who, when he's not so tired after his PT that he can't stay on the same time zone as the rest of the people he was on a fundraiser with are making fun of me by putting a Down syndrome kid on my face. That's not a problem for me. Hey, you feeling that you did that, and I know he's been on his redemption tour, and then he maybe been too much redemption, so daddy came out and said, you have to be an asshole again. But you should be embarrassed that you would use some of the nicest people on the planet to make fun of me. Because of my Danish accent, oh, I sound like I have Downs. It's not a problem for me. As I told you in my DMs, you showed the world who you were. Well, that's not me. Well, it was. I didn't watch the clip, I was just told. And I thought, well, they did it for a second. No, they sat for 10 minutes laughing at a Down person's face on my body. You can call me a retard every single day because I am retarded. But don't make fun of people with disabilities. They didn't choose to be that way. That's how God made them. And they will still be some of the most positive, greatest people on the planet. But those are the people who are now fundraising for Karen Read over on DJ's channel. Amazing crew you got yourself there, Karen. I hope it was worth it going into a chat and shitting on Aiden, if it was you. Because all of this happened because Meredith took a recording she was entrusted and shared it online. And all of these people knows that it's Meredith who started all of this. And they will now sit, we got $10, we got $10. How amazing is it? Yo, we got $10. And then Sugar Nan will come in when it looks a little bad and throw a lot of money at it so they don't look like they can't raise any money. But all of these people have heard Karen Read more than anyone because they took Meredith's little sound bit that she shared. But Aiden recorded it. You wouldn't have known that if Meredith hadn't shared it with the fucking Aussie crew. And all of you guys, just because you're so fucking jealous of Aiden and you want to be number one, you have cost Karen Read thousands, tens and thousands, hundreds and thousands of dollars in support. And I hope you're happy. Aiden had 8,000 people watching him tonight. I turned on a stream yesterday when Mike were going through the ethic complaints about Deitch. He had 80 people. I had 280 people. And you have twice as big a channel as me, Mike. I don't think it's us who are jealous. Patches, don't promise the ladies what you can't deliver. Because she didn't hook up with Aiden on Wilburn. Or maybe because she saw a pair of tits that wasn't hers. But wasn't she happy she left him? Wasn't she so glad because she was the worst version of herself when she was with him? Then why are you sitting here 8 months later and still singing the same tunes? You know what I don't do? I don't care about my ex-girlfriends. I even have an ex-wife. If the kid calls me and tells me something about her, I might think about her that day. But I don't give a fuck. The best thing that happened to me was when she got into a very good relationship with a really great stepdad to my kids. Because I didn't want to be there. I left. I didn't want to be there. So having a stable, good guy who took care of my kids and was really good for them, that made me happy. I didn't sit every single time my kids were around and said, so your mom is still with that asshole? I didn't go online and said, oh, look at this cunt hanging out with this dude. No, I was just happy I got away and my kids had someone who treated them brilliantly. They have split up now, but I still talk to him when there's family gatherings. I'm grandpa, and he is. We have two ways of saying grandpa in Denmark. You can either say grandpa or you can say mother's father. And I'm mother's father and he's grandpa because he's been there for 10 to 12 years of their life. And I'm happy that he was a great, supportive, stable influence in their life. I've never had any jealousy because I took my clothes and left. I have no right to be jealous on anything because why would I be jealous? I didn't want to be there. So if you are so happy that your relationship ended, if you are so happy that you're not with this asshole anymore, why do you still talk about him? That's the thing I don't get. Because I'm not going to talk about my ex. I'm not going to try and get into her DMs. I don't even follow. I think I blocked the first person I blocked on Facebook was her. Because I didn't want her to look into my life either. So when I made a Facebook account, the first thing I did was block her. Because why should she sit there and look at my shit? I stood up and I left. We had 2 kids. We have worked together about these 2 kids. Has it been perfect? No. It never is. No matter how much we agree on the divorce. No matter how much you are happy out there will always, because you were in a relationship, and yeah, you will sometimes, it'll be rocky. But I haven't had no inclination other than when she had a new boyfriend, I sussed him out. I didn't do deep dives. I didn't go into his phone or anything. I had a talk with him, and except me, she has been with some good guys. I'm an asshole. I'm a professional massage therapist, and I'm an asshole. I know that. Biggest asshole on the planet. Don't ever talk to me because I'm horrible. But she have had some good guys, some guys who have been really good for my kids. So why should I be jealous? That's the thing I don't get. She's sitting there on TwitchSweat right now and, oh, block his channel, report his channel. Oh, he's always after me. I didn't do nothing. You know what you don't need to do? You don't need to bring up Chelsea because Chelsea isn't bringing up you. You don't need to talk about Aiden at all. If you just shut up and didn't, because we know that fundraiser, they're going to shit on Aiden again. Funny she isn't invited this time. She's going to do her spaces talking about how horrible he is and how much he's doing to her. But Aiden did shut up. Aiden said, I'm not going to talk about her. I'm going to leave her alone. And he did. And it didn't change anything. And that's the thing I don't get. If you hate your ex so much and he was such a bad person and you're happy he's gone, why the hell are you still every single day whining about him for hours upon hours on the TwitchSweats? That's just the thing I don't get. Because your actions speak louder than your words. My ex and I have been friends for over 40 years. He's still not smart, but hey. Yeah, but at some point, he was smart enough that you said, I'll let him buy me an ice cream cone. I don't know what you do in a relationship. I've never been in one. And that was cool. And you just move on. This is the problem. She's obsessed and she's probably clinically jealous or whatever you call that, where it'll take over her life. I've been divorced for years. My ex still calls me on my birthday and I on his. I can still remember my ex-wife's birthday. And I'm glad she's not watching this show because the reason I can remember it is if anyone has kids in the room and if anyone has any sensibilities or are easily offended, when I was deployed, well, when I played, I was deployed with my Stolen Valor. We went to a town called Pech. Pech was in Hungary, and that's where you did your R&Rs, your 60-hour leaves. And there was a guy there who went up there, and he wanted to rent some female companionship for the night. And you could do that a lot there because there wasn't a bar that didn't have a stripper pole. And he was a little afraid because he was kind of hot, but he wasn't sure. So he said, before I do anything, I need to see ID on this one because I don't believe she's old enough. And she had the same birthday as my wife, and that just stood out to me. So I can remember that to the end of my life because she has the same birthday as my buddy's hooker he banged when he was on R&R. So yeah. You remember dates in the weirdest ways. She's now saying that Aiden is committing mortgage fraud. She made a long post about it on Twitter earlier today saying, stay tuned. This is what insanity looks like, folks. Yeah. Why does she care? I don't know what my ex-wife, and again, she's my ex-wife. We share 2 children. I don't know where she lives. I know what town she lives in. I don't know. Since my kids have been 18 years old, I have nothing to do with her. We'll meet up. If the kids invites us to something, I'll meet her. I don't know her address. I don't want to know her address. I don't know if she knows I live where I live. Because I don't give a fuck about her. She's my children's mom, and that's the greatest thing that ever happened in my life. That's why when everyone, aren't you sad that? No, because I got these 2 wonderful little children. Well, they're not that little anymore, and one of them already made me a grandpa. Me being a virgin, her being a virgin, and I have a grandchild. It must be magic. But why would you care that much? I just hope her supporters visit when she ends up in an asylum or jail. At this point, I don't know the legalities of any of this, but at this point, how much circumstantial evidence do you need to have to see that she clearly is cyberstalking him? I lost my hobby. My ex was there to hold my hand. It meant so much, and the kid adults appreciate it too. Yeah. She's done this before stalking an ex. She's mentally unstable. She needs a lot of therapy. The sad thing is people who need therapy will never get it. I had a court case last week now, where I was called in. I do this layman duty in Denmark. That's our jury system. I got called in and said, hey, can you come to court today? Sure. And we came up there and I was told, okay, this is going to be a full day. And I said, oh, normally we'll do like half days for most trials. We don't really have those long. But he had 8 charges against him. And then it said paragraph or Rule 16. I think we call them paragraphs, the different articles in the law. It's going to be a paragraph 16 ruling, which means he is criminally insane. So he cannot get a punishment, but he has to undergo treatment. And the problem was this guy, he admitted to everything. There was one thing he said, well, I'm not agreeing to what I did because I had a reason to do it. And that's because the voices told him the guy he broke the jaw of was a PDF file. But he was then, because he has previous convictions as well, he is in medical treatment now and has been stable for the last year. And then, because we have what's called an 808. An 808 is a pre-sentencing investigation where they will talk to you, how's your family, how's your work life, how's your money, how's your addictions, and all of that. So we have a basis to form our opinion about how should we convict you. And he will always get the last word to tell us what we should consider. And he was talking about, well, I'm really good. I've been really good. I haven't been admitted to hospital for a year. But I hope you won't prolong my medication because I don't feel right and I don't need it. And that's the problem with people who have severe mental illness. They don't need the medication. They don't have a problem. Everyone else has a problem. Yeah, sometimes I'll act a little radical, but that's not me. I didn't do nothing. And sadly, I think this is the same problem with her. She can probably, when she's lucid, she'll know that I took that one with Chris too far, but it's different with Aiden. It's different. He's the reason I'm doing this. And I think she will, when she does it to the next guy, she will say, well, I went too far with Aiden, but this guy, I clearly has to do it. Exactly. There's no recognition of your own illnesses. And when you don't, it's kind of like addiction. The first step to being cured is realizing you have a problem. I had the same problem. I had a massive depression, and I was just going to bite the table and tough it out. And I couldn't in the end. I couldn't. It just made it worse. But that's a typical male thing. We will just say, nah, yeah, I don't feel good, and no, but I'll just have to tough it out. Come on now. And that's because you won't make the realization, oh my fucking God, I'm massively depressed. Until you realize that, you cannot be treated, you cannot be helped. You can get all the medication and all of that, but you have to realize I have a problem. I have something that I need to work on. That's the big old problem and all of that. She justifies everything she does in her mind. Yes, because when she runs this through her mind, she can see what she did. Aiden read that reply to the Chris thing. Yeah, she did a lot of wrong stuff, but it was because of him. That's the problem. I might have done this to you, but you were the reason I did it. Because you did this. I didn't want to do it. Hey, why did you make me punch you? You know I get angry. Why did you have to act that way? I don't want to have to beat you every night I come home from work drunk. But you just can't shut up, can you? Have we heard about that before? Hey, Nicola. Yeah, everyone has had down periods, and we will just, and then we get through it because, hey, it's just I had a rough patch in December where I was just beat down, and I needed, that's when I started making these night shows because I needed an outlet where I could be a little more drama because I do court streams and I try to keep them fun, but it's about trials. So I can't sit there and talk about 5150 and stuff like that in the daytime because it has nothing to do with the trials I'm covering. And that's not my audience in the daytime. That's why I started doing the night shows because that's my outlet. And I was run down because there was so much shit going on and I could see my friends getting attacked. Or friends. I don't know people. I got this big brother feeling for Aiden back in October, November, where I thought, no, he's getting all of this shit. I'll stand in front of him and I'll take some of the heat. I'll call out Mike so Mike will attack me, and I'll call out the car crew and all of these assholes because then maybe I can shift their attention away from Aiden. So Aiden can because I know when you're in a shitstorm. When you're in a shitstorm, I've been through it in politics. When you're in a shitstorm, you just want 5 seconds where you can take a deep breath. And you don't have to be on guard all the time. So I thought, no, I'm going to go to bat for Aiden. I'm going to go out there and try and shift focus. That's when I started doing LG videos and stuff like that. But then I said, no, let me do the night shows because it's also an outlet for me because I had this big brother feeling. I thought, this is not fair to Aiden. Let me try and help him a little bit. Not because he ever asked me to, never asked me to. But I just saw an injustice and thought, well, fuck it. But because I've held it in for so long, all the bullshit going on behind the scenes, you just get run down mentally. And I had to snap out of it, and I had to take some time and say, nope, reset, refocus, move on. Why are you up already? Or why are you not in bed already? I need to go to the gym, but I don't want to miss anything. Well, Javelin, it is, oh my fucking God, it's 8:20. I need to go to the gym because, as I said, with the layman duty, I have to be ready if they call around 9 o'clock that they might need me today, or else I'll have to go to the gym. Oh, Zachariah is here. Well, I'm out. She has a teenage daughter. How can she continue down this path? Jesus, where is her family, or a single person that cares enough about her daughter to get her help? You need to accept help before you can get help. This is why when we do the third meetup in June in Knoxville, don't tell the expert this, but in reality, it is an intervention to get him off his pixie stick addiction. I'm going to make that sign that says we are here to help. And he has to realize, because it can't go on. He is snorting pixie sticks like it was a Colombian byproduct. And he has to realize it because he doesn't see that he has a pixie stick addiction. He just likes them. But going through 2 cases of pixie sticks a day is a problem. So that's why we are going to pretend that we are going to have a big old meetup and fix his, or meet up with people from around the world. In reality, it's just going to be a week where everyone is going to sit in a chair and say, I love you when you're not on pixie sticks because you're not you when you are on pixie sticks. And hopefully we can fix his addiction. But don't tell him, because addicts has a thing where they'll run away when you try and help them. Don't you worry about anything. Don't you worry. I'll bring you pixie sticks. If that was the only thing. But let's just say with his addiction, other orifices has been used. Still trying to navigate heartbreak. It's been the hardest thing I've ever been through, but damn it, if I ever contact him again. Clean break is the only way out. Yes. And remember, when you're drunk, don't text him, girl. You're strong. That's what we should all do, because sometimes we have to move on. Well, Corn Pope, that's why you should follow me on the Twitch and the Discord and get the notifications. I went live when Aiden went on Spaces because I knew he wouldn't get. I don't know if he's done now. Yes, we are really talking about pixie sticks. The expert has no other. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink, but he goes through a pack of pixie sticks. But yes, my 1 hour presentation has now lasted 2 hours. And thank you all so much for coming over when Aiden ended. And thank you for those who were here before. Thank you all for letting me rumble around about my, in Danish you will call it pocket philosophy, because that's just shit you pull out of your pocket. It doesn't really have anything in it. But thank you all so much for being here, and hopefully doing all of the YouTube things, and go to bed. Why the hell are you still up? It's way too late. And if you're in the Northeast, stay away from all the snow. Stay inside if you can. If you're going out driving, watch out for other drivers. And hashtags boobies for Baker. Remember that.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
So there-
Everybody has.